And welcome to Relax Crypto on May 18th, 2022. My name is Kristiaan.
Hi, and I'm Michael.
And today we're going to investigate whether Bitcoin is bottoming out or whether we're still in a fucking bear market. It has to go up. So, over the past, I don't know how many months, 6 months now, right? Since November. Bitcoin was collapsing. We were at 67,000. Now we are currently at trading at 29,000. Overall, the market seems to be, pretty bearish, awaiting what's happening. Yeah. So today a little bit of a decline again. 3% in Bitcoin, 4%, 5% in Ethereum, Ripple, and so on. But this is not very bad actually. So for the past days, it was much crazier. We're going to talk about this later. I made a video about it. You can see it up here when I link it later. About Terra Luna. Basically, they were collapsing completely from $120 down to zero. And this basically caused the massive market decline. But let's first look into some other indicators. For instance, Crypto Fear and Greed Index now at 12. Yeah, so we were
since weeks.
For weeks now, very low. If you look on a yearly basis, you can see that we were a year ago actually pretty much in the same range, around the 10, 20s, 30s. Then a little bit of a hype in August. Went back down again. A little bit of a peak out, like a blow off top in November, and now we're pretty much trading sideways. And now the fear is pretty high. We were even at 9.
I think we haven't been at 9 since a long period of time. For over a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see, what was it? We have been in 2019, 18, when we had the hard crash. We went also down, but it's really crazy. Yeah, and also Meyer multiple, we are below the 200. The day moving average, exactly. So we are way below. I don't see it actually here. We are at 0.65, so with 29,000 where we are right now, so it should be much higher.
Which means actually you have a wonderful buying area right now, right? So if you buy Bitcoin now and hold it for the next 5-10 years, there's no financial advice, you're having amazing entry levels. Yeah, because everything below 1 means Bitcoin is trading below the 200-day moving average. Everything above 1 means it's trading above the 200-day moving average, and the average value, actually you can see it here, it's 1.4. Yeah, so we are actually half that level. So this is actually pretty good time to accumulate.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that it cannot go down further. So, because nobody really expected that we are already starting a bear market, because since the last all-time high we only tripled the price from 20,000 to 60,000. In the past it was a little bit more, so everybody was expecting the 100K. So far we didn't have the 100K, so the question is now if we are already in the bear market. So if we are in the bear market already, normally the correction could be about 80% to up to 90% from the last all-time high. So we would still go much lower. Here we can see the stock-to-flow model. It's not really too relevant anymore. I think the stock-to-flow price from the normal model is around 100,000, so we are at 30,000, so we are far below. And here you can also see we had this correction from the 20,000 down to around 6,000. We always bounced from 6,000 again up until we really crashed, then from 6,000 to 3,000. And from the color, we are more or less in the same region. So we are at this 30,000. We didn't go up too much from this 30,000, but we hit 30,000 several times now. So the question is, what's next? Can we reverse here, or can we break down even more?
It's a very good question, right? Everybody was expecting the 100,000 to appear, laser rate to 100K, but somehow the laser eyes, they didn't really work out for the time being, right? And of course, many people are disappointed. They bought last year in January or something, or March, whatever, and now basically Bitcoin is still trading in the same level. If you go like a year back, what price did we have a year back?
1 year back. Sorry.
So we were even higher like 1 year ago than we are now, right? So
well, we crushed pretty high in these 2 weeks. So basically,
actually, I looked it up. The big price crash was actually on 19th of May. So exactly a year ago, Elon Musk tweeted that that Bitcoin is using too much energy, and that they cannot accept Bitcoin as a payment for the Teslas. And this is now 1 year ago, and we are still trading actually below the level from that time. So
yeah, exactly. So here we are on the 3rd of May. We were still at around $60,000, then all the way down to 29 as well. No, so basically at the same price where we are right now, but we had already lower prices last week. And we are quite close to the 200-week moving average or the 50-month moving average. It's more or less at the same price, and it's around 22,000. So 22,000 from 67,000 is probably 70-80% correction, not really 80-90% like we had in the last bear markets. So let's hope this would hold. This can hold the price, or probably even right now we could turn around, but nothing is guaranteed. But we are for so much time or for so long we are oversold. I think in the past, in the history of Bitcoin, we never had like 7, 8, 9 weeks just downside without any upside in between. So I mean, there's red candles one after each other. One candle is 1 week, and it's just going down. So
pretty crazy.
Even if we go back to the last bear market from the 20,000 up, we never had 7, 8, 9 weeks after each other just downside. So this is really special right now, but in terms of percentage correction is not that high yet.
One thing I want to add, so you all guys, Michael Saylor, right? The Bitcoin bull from MicroStrategy, and he basically is looking at this very value. This is actually the 200-week moving average, and he says this is the only value that actually counts for him, right? For his long-term strategy. I don't know how many Bitcoins he has. He accumulated so much stuff in the billions with his company. The company actually is holding most Bitcoins of all companies out there. And he says this is the only line that actually counts for him, right? So as long as we're trading above the 200-week moving average, everything is still for him in a bullish territory. But also Michael Saylor has like at least 4-year time frame, right, to look like where the price might be going. And if you look like a bit further out, like actually it touched it briefly here in March 20, like during the COVID crash. This was actually tested a little bit. And before that, the whole time in the bear market 2018, it was also testing the 200-week moving average, but it never ever in Bitcoin's history broke the 200-week moving average, right? So this is, in my opinion, quite an interesting indicator to look at.
Yeah, we have the Coinbase charts, so this is has not so old data or not so much history of the Bitcoin price. But if you go back even in other charts where you have much longer periods, because here we go only till 16 or something like that.
When did they start? They started 16, trading in 15, huh? 14, Okay, so maybe it crossed, but we can't say right now.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Even in the charts where you have much more history, it's never crossed the 200-week moving average. So let's hope it will hold the price, or probably, I mean, even better right now we turn around, but let's see how it continues.
Ben,
that's
you have some more indicators?
More or less the same. I mean, also the funding rate, for example, for futures trading on BitMEX, it has never been so many weeks after each other. It has been negative, and RSI is really oversold, and from the indicators it could be a good point to turn around, but normally markets can be also very long, can be longer irrational than you have money, so I wouldn't bet right now too much on a reversal here.
That's right. Luckily, I always have I carry my secret Bitcoin around here. Shout out to Jürgen Müller. I met him at a crypto meetup in Munich 2-3 weeks ago, and he is actually making these amazing physical Bitcoins. Yeah, they actually go for, I guess, $1 versus 30,000 right now. So this is a good investment.
But no investment advice.
Exactly. Yeah, so let's talk about Terra Luna. So this gentleman here, Do Kwon, he's basically the guy who pulls the strings in the background of Terra Luna. And I made a video about this like a week ago. So Terra Luna crashed completely from a value of $120 down to zero. So actually zero. It's now trading for $0.000172 dollars. And this was a really big surprise and a big shock to the whole market, because Terra Luna was actually one of the top 10 coins out there, and this thing actually like fell out of the sky. Yeah. And unfortunately this caused a lot of distrust and a lot of I say pain and uncertainty fought in the markets, right? Because this was a stable coin, so Terra Luna was working together with UST, which was a stable coin, or still is a stable coin, which now is
not working
is heavily depegged. Let's see if UST still has a value, but I cannot even imagine it has.
Think so.
Terra UST, yeah, it's now at 10 cent apparently. But this is actually where the depegging started, and a stablecoin should theoretically hold the value of its investment, but it actually does not.
One day.
And
you're on the 1 day chart.
On the day chart, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Looks even more interesting if you zoom a little bit out.
Really crazy, like if you look at the data, like the.
So it was pretty stable until it crashed.
Until it crashed, yeah. Yeah, and Do Kwon, he was actually trying to have all kind of to turn around the market to get Luna back on track, and now he's actually proposing like a something they want to launch, like Terra Classic. This reminds me very much of Ethereum Classic that happened around 2014, 2015. There was a big hack in the Ethereum blockchain, and at the time they wanted to do a chain rollback. So basically they were saying, okay, everything that happened in between now and the hack didn't happen. Okay, so we rolled back the chain, we started again, and so the hack never happened. So actually the Ethereum you have today is actually a fake Ethereum. It's actually a fork. So Ethereum Classic is the real Ethereum where the hack happened, and the Ethereum that we are seeing right now is the Ethereum that's actually a fork of Ethereum. So this little one here, not trading at $2,000. And if Do Kwon is now saying that he wants to fork the blockchain, of course this is heavily impacting the law, Code's law, which is like omnipresent in crypto, which means like he never ever touched with the code base, but now he wants to do this. And he also got like a little bit of a backlash about this. So apparently 92% of the people say they don't want this chain rollback. It's pretty interesting what's going to happen, because in the end it still says that Do Kwon and his team can overrule the consensus of the community, and they can just fork regardless. So actually here you can see the criticism of many people that are Bitcoin maximalists. They say that everything except for Bitcoin and maybe Monero is not decentralized. It's centralized. Somebody in the background can pull the strings, which is actually an issue for consensus and decentralization in the whole ecosystem.
In the end, you don't need decentralization if one person can decide what should happen with the project. And this is another example. The first example was Ethereum, and there are many more. So. Exactly. Nothing is really decentralized in the end if something happens. So
exactly, maybe Bitcoin, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then something very interesting. So this guy Arthur Hayes, he's the founder of BitMEX, and he is actually writing a newsletter every, I think, 4 weeks or something about where he sees the market going. And actually, what I found interesting is that I think 6 weeks ago he was forecasting that Bitcoin will go down from 40,000 down to 30,000. We'll test this level, and Ethereum will go down from I think $3,000 to $2,500. And this guy was pretty damn right. Was spot on, because actually the price is corrected even heavier. So Bitcoin is actually trading below 30,000. Ethereum is trading below 2,000 even. So this guy was actually like calling a shot. If he had traded on his newsletter, on his advice, you'd actually have made some money if you could short the markets right now.
But did he say that it will turn around 30, or it will go down further?
I think he said eventually it will turn around, but that might take some time, because I think he was like looking at overall market sentiment. I mean, the Fed increasing the interest rates,
of course.
And what else? There was tapering going on, right? Like the Fed wants to fight the inflation that's going on right now. And with the whole market sentiment, it's just not an environment for risk on right now. A lot of risk off. So risk on means you're investing into stuff that's like more risky, for instance, like crypto, also stocks, some ETFs.
Yeah.
And risk off rather means you're investing into bonds, silver, gold, maybe some natural resources. Yeah.
And right now everything is crashing. So even we saw it before, just Tesla, Apple, and so on. They are also down 4 or 5%. So
that's right. Yeah.
It's it's not much more risky to be in crypto than in stocks nowadays. So
that's
but the upside
right.
potential is hopefully bigger. So
there's always currently still a big correlation between crypto and the stock markets. S&P 500 and crypto are currently moving pretty much in the same direction. But we'll see. Actually, I'm interested, Michael. What do you think if the Fed after the summer is like maybe tapering down, or let's just not tapering, but like let's say going less crazy on the interest rate hikes that they're doing at the moment? There might actually be in relation with the midterm elections in the US like a more bullish environment. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean they can't continue like that too much because a lot of big influential people will not be too happy if they lose millions or billions of dollars. So. And I mean, it's not only crypto; it's all the markets. So for sure, they need to do something. They need to act on the inflation. They need to increase the interest rate. But I mean, there is also some limit, or there must be some limit. So hopefully, with the elections, they will go a little bit easier on the interest rates.
And that's right. Then another topic for today. If you remember El Salvador, they were proposing, or they were announcing that Bitcoin is legal tender in their country. And now the president, Najib Bukele, he held a massive conference, a summit in his country, basically inviting everybody from developing nations and so on, which have rather unstable currencies, to actually check out Bitcoin, and also promote this idea that you can bank the unbanked, because this actually is a big thing, right? Because you have to always have in mind that the majority of the world is unbanked. The majority does not have a bank account. And even if you're in Africa and you want to, get a bank account, you go into a branch and the guy says, hey, before you get a bank account, first get an address, get an ID card, get a job, and so on. And get proper clothes. How are you looking, man? Yeah, just put on a nice shirt, put on some nice shoes before you can ever get a bank account here. And I think Najib Bukele actually understands that Bitcoin is permissionless. Yeah, so everybody in the world can get a Bitcoin wallet on their phone and can put some coins on there. Yeah? And
if
Bitcoin,
they have internet.
If they have internet, yeah.
So that's another problem if African states. So
that's right. But also even. Killed the microphone, huh? No, it's there. But it's in Africa, the funny thing is they had landlines, right? And then actually sometimes even didn't have landlines, and they just skipped the landlines and went straight to cell phones. So this is called leapfrogging, right? So you basically skip one innovation step, and with Bitcoin the same. So why would I need a bank account if I can have Bitcoin and have it in my wallet, right? And this is fantastic of Bitcoin, but I think it's banking the unbanked. It's basically bringing a monetary system to the entire world, including everyone. Bitcoin doesn't discriminate, never.
That's true, yeah.
And here's here's Najib again, Najib Bukele, and 44 countries were actually attending, and surprisingly, none of North America.
The United States was not there, and Europe also.
Nobody of Europe, but you can see the entire rest of the world.
But at least some other countries, bigger ones as well. Huh?
A lot of people from South Africa, South America, and Africa as well. China was there, Russia, and so on. Very interesting things happening, and I'm very bullish that this actually is happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible what he's doing for Bitcoin. I mean, trying to convince the world to basically adopt Bitcoin. So yeah, that's really great.
That's right, and actually, he's mining Bitcoin with volcano energy, which is extremely sustainable and definitely has a very good footprint on the CO2 balance. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think about the markets. Are you depressed right now? How do you feel? Are you happy? Are you buying the dip? If this actually is the dip, let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel if you like our updates. And actually now a good thing, right? We have still time because we're thinking of getting 1,000 subscribers until Bitcoin reaches $100,000. And today, another milestone that we want to celebrate, because we actually cracked 300,000 subscribers! Woo! Cheers, Michael.
And Bitcoin is also 100K right now today. Yeah?
That's all right, hopefully. No, actually, we have 300 subscribers right now. And so smash up the like button, share this channel with your friends if you want to stay up to date with Bitcoin and all the rest. We promise to make updates more frequently. I've been traveling into Mexico and the US in the past months. Michael is also very busy, right? Traveling a lot.
Sometimes.
But actually now we found an approach to stream with Restream, just like on the fly. And yeah, hopefully this will bring some more continuity into our updates.
For sure.
All right, guys. Then
See you
soon. Hopefully next week. Just relax and yeah, buy the dip.